Hey everybody, this is Cyrock Omega, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. No Step Back came out today, and now we Poland. Single player, come on. So we've got a totally new focus for, a totally changed up focus tree for the Soviet Union and Poland, as well as new ones for Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. Now, Poland had that weird sort of half focus tree. uh, like that was day one free DLC or whatever. And yeah, and now it's a new one. And I think I'm gonna be playing as a Soviet, well, yeah, as the Soviet Union in the multiplayer campaign with my friend on Saturday. So I'm going to be playing as Poland now. Let's go ahead and, I don't know what path exactly I want to choose. So I'll be looking at that a whole bunch. Low Senation right opposition. The right wing of the government is largely composed of powerful military staff united behind Edward Reidsmigdic. Currently, the Senation right are satisfied with the government and are of very little threat to the regime. Low Senation left opposition. Supporters of reform, the Senation left believe that West Slavic is the true successor to the previous dictator, Joseph Pilsudski. Currently, the nation left is a very marginal threat to the dictatorship and is in no position to threaten the stability of the regime. Got looming peasant strike. Angered by a total lack of action to counter the gross impoverished conditions of eastern Poland, a peasant strike is on the horizon for Poland. If not addressed before the year is out, Poland risks unknown levels of civil unrest across the nation. And the April Constitution. That's mostly bad stuff. This piece of legislation was passed by the Sejm in 1935 to ensure the continued peace and stability of the Polish state. The Constitution grants almost total power to the president, granting him supremacy over the Sejm and Senate. Cool. And I think I want to turn off historical focuses. Because historical focuses are, generally not as fun, I don't find. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like playing Poland, let's get into it. No steppy. No steppy. Okay, so which path do we want to choose here? Got a lot. A lot of different options to do with Poland. And then I like they changed up the color here. So there's basically historical, just keep this going. And even then, within it, there is siding. You can kind of play around with both of them a little bit. And also, yeah, it's like side with the left, side with the right, work with the center. Land doctrine, reduction cost. Danzig. Hmm. Organize the peasant strike, which is... Yo, Fire Dragon, how's it going? I might go communist, we'll see. But I am sure that I'm going to be going communist when I play this multiplayer on Saturday, so I don't think I want to go communist in two campaigns back to back. Nice. I'm doing well as well. So it's like we got kind of 3 different flavors of non-aligned here. It's sort of left-ish non-aligned. I don't know if that's necessarily more democratic. I don't think it is. I mean, we've got daily democracy. Oh yeah, it does get democracy support. Got right-wing, which is still non-aligned. And then I guess maintain the dictatorship, which is the status quo. And you can kind of go between all of them. Now you can go all the way over here and... yeah. Kind of play multiple sides there. There's organized peasant strike, which leads down the communist path and a more democratic path. Yeah. It's also like a more leftist democratic path as well. And join the Allies, make a whole new faction with France. Then there is the non-aligned, which... another non-aligned, like it's a monarchist, that's non-aligned as opposed to the non-fascist dictatorship non-aligned. This one has been interesting to me, the Cossack King. Add all non-aligned support to fascism. Oh no, this is actually fascist. Vermontian Kingdom of Poland, I like it. Yo, Jackies, what's up? Wojciech? Which one's that? Is that this guy? No. The bear? Oh, right. No, speaking of the bear, what are the achievements that have been added here? I should look at that. Like, maybe I should go for one of the achievements. There's obviously the bear. Which I'm not gonna... You kind of just gotta get lucky for that one. Alright. As Poland, be independent and ensure that both Germany and USSR are either in your faction or don't exist. No more partitions. That's definitely more aggressive right there. As Poland, install Habsburg monarch and be in a faction with another Habsburg monarch. So that means that that Hungary has to go non-aligned and have a Habsburg there. So that's kind of specific. Other Poland ones. As Poland, crown a king or queen and capture Jerusalem. Crusader Kings 3. Huh. The Romanovs... Oh, the Romanovs. Okay, yeah, that's Russia, obviously. Oh, and Siberia is apparently a formidable nation, and Tanutuva can do it. That's funny. And then there is Poland Peasant Revolution. As Poland, have the peasants strike overthrow the government. That's probably going to be one of the easier ones. And then there's the bear. So I don't need to go for an achievement, but not terrible. Not a bad thing to do. So it's basically just going down this path. Yeah, it is. It's a... It is hefty. Like, let's... Look, we can't even... I'm scrolled all the way out, and I still can't even fit the whole thing in one screen. Let's compare that to Italy. One of the majors. Look at that. That's Italy's tree. The next DLC absolutely is going to give them a tree, though. Curious what it's going to be. Like, they've gotten trees for everyone in Europe except Albania, Switzerland, Belgium, Luxembourg. And Scandinavia, obviously. I think Scandinavia is going to have a whole DLC for themselves. I think they deserve it. Then maybe... Oh, yeah, and Austria. Can't forget Austria. Like, maybe... Dude, yeah, I want Ethiopia and Italy. It makes sense if they have a focus tree together. Like, two of their own. Like, the next DLC, maybe Italy, Ethiopia, Switzerland, Austria. Albania, maybe? Maybe squeeze Albania in there, too. I knew they were going to do a semi-shared focus tree for the Baltic states. Oh yeah, Turkey does. This chunky thing, look at this. Like, where Poland's is very wide, this is deep. Like, wow, yeah. Yeah, Battle for Bosphorus. Alright, so what are you guys thinking? What would you guys like for me to do right now? Ideally, not like communist? Well, I go for the peasant strike. Do, like, democratic, non-aligned, and communist peasant states have different names? Or is it all the same thing, do you know? I'm willing to play a country however many times it has a different name. You think fascist? I'm kind of feeling a Cossack king. That sounds real spicy. And I would really love to get my, which part? This is Königsberg and Erland. No, that's the wrong country. Yeah, that would give me that sort of middle area. I want to show Germany who's boss. Cossack republics? Our mission to fight against the Whites and reclaim Russia for the Tsar, alongside the Whites, were squashed by our failed invasion of Lithuania. But now we have a mighty commonwealth of nations under our command. We must take to our mounts and burn the USSR to ashes. I like it. This would get us that achievement. Fascists and communists changed the name. Okay. There's a lot of branching paths. Not as many as Mexico, but There are a lot of little ones. Like, look at this. You can kind of mix and match. This is very Hungary style. There's Between the Seas, which is interestingly not something that is in any way related to ideology. Like, all you need to do is be powerful enough. Like, you can do I looked up how it's pronounced a little bit ago. I forget how. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up. Look it up. It's I remember now. Miedzimorje. That's how it's pronounced. Miedzimorje. HDDDXD. Hi, how are you doing? We are currently deciding what I want to do as Poland. Oh, it has capitulated. Interesting. I'm good. Looking forward to diving into some Poland. Alright, so there's a Commonwealth claimant. Yeah, this is like the Polish-Romanian union, which is interesting. You're playing as Poland too? What path did you go? Before I do anything crazy. Before I do anything crazy and make like a political choice, let's just go ahead and go down the 4-year plan. 3 PUs and mission tree. Yeah, I know, dude. It's like I'm playing Austria all over again, except I've never played as Austria. Yeah, it's only 35 days as well, so that's nice. We must plan for the expansion of our infrastructure to accommodate not only our present industry, but also the future. So construction tech speed, that's great. Construction speed for basically the rest of the game, that's good. Well, like 4 years, that's pretty good. Yeah, 4-year plan. And I have it as, I have historical focuses off. So I want to see what Germany chooses before I do anything crazy. Germany and Romania. Well, Romania can go down this path at any point, like getting rid, like sexy King Michael's coup. Alright, absolutely research speed. Hold on, closing some windows here. Alright. So, I'll just call you 8. What would you like me to do? Like, what Polish path do you think would be cool? That's a new sound effect. Hold on, let me turn that up a little bit. Feels quieter than before. Habsburgs are fun? So is that the one that you did? Or the one that you think I should do? Or both? Yeah, I didn't even talk about the Habsburgs. That's one where you get a thing over Oh, no, that's... Yeah. Habsburgs sound fun. I don't know... What is... Does that require... Habsburg alliance? Yeah, they might go non-aligned. We will see. I would really like... You know, one of the reasons that I'm kind of leaning towards this is that I want to take... I want to eat Germany. I want some tasty German sausage. Alright, we have, like, no civilian factories. Hey, Yapper, how's it going, man? It still feels so weird saying that. I feel like I always just want to call you furry. But whatever works for you. I'll go with Yapper if that is what you're up for. At least you weren't furry yiffer, right? Yeah, I'm missing 14k guns. That is very true. There we go. Put it all in the guns for now. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm good. I'm still deciding on what path I want to go down as Poland here. Let's actually take you guys. Field Marshal. The guy you trust. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. Phalangist? That's like the regular fascist, right? Oh, and you got the DLC. Haven't touched it yet? Yeah. The nation left leader. The nation right leader. The Nationalist Constitution. Evil Orson Welles. A little intimidating. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the officer corps. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember. I have not looked at the... It replaces doctrines. Oh, that is true. Yeah, they changed that up entirely, didn't they? Yeah, it's not even here anymore. And supply got harder. You know what? Good. It should be harder. Got trains. I think we want to hold on to the political... Well, don't want to spend political power yet. Alright, so I think I'm just going to unpause. And we will see, at least somewhat, where everyone stands. Logistics and supply is the single most important thing to win a war, so yeah, it better be hard. That makes sense. Alright, yeah, we don't know... Oh, hold on. We have to wait for, like... Oh, I guess you... I guess, you need... You actually need to spy on people in order to see their focuses now. Makes sense. Christian fascism. Yeah, that's phalangist. It makes sense that you can't see what other countries are doing unless you have some spy power on them. I don't really have... I don't think I want to spend the factories on that right now. Because I don't even have 15. German puppet path. Ugh. I don't think I want that either. Look, man. I don't think we're ready for the crap that an Italian focus tree should be. People are gonna complain that they made Italy bad. Well, you know what? Italy was bad. State Catholicism. Polish Empire. Fighting the Soviets got easier? Probably good? Bad. I don't know. Maybe that's a good buff for the Axis. That's interesting. You got the Low Countries and Latin America and the Baltics all in one faction. That's interesting. I'm leaning towards non-aligned. I'm hoping that Germany goes against this guy.
Baczność! Tak jest! Gotów! Gotów do wymaszerowania! Uwaga! Gotów, dowódco! Gotów do wymaszerowania! Tak jest!
Oh yeah, I should make divisions, shouldn't I? That'd be wise. Alright. Okay, you know, I don't know how combat width is gonna work now. I don't know what the meta is. Like, they changed this up entirely, I'm sure. Alright, combat width tells you how much room this division will take up in combat. 14... Yeah. 14 over 4 is over. For example, if combat division has a total width of 80, you can fit 4 divisions, 20. I mean, I presume bigger is better at this point, but it takes up more supply. Yeah, we'll find out the new meta before long. We'll ask ISP. And just bigger if you have enough guns for it, manpower for it, and supply for it. If you can get all of those 3, make it the chunkiest division you can, I guess. Right now, I can't change anything anyway, so whatever.
Gotów do wymaszerowania! Baczność!
Keep an eye on their national spirits, and we'll see what we get. Okay, 20s are still good. It's good to know. I don't have any army experience anyway, so... Ooh, research slot? Alright, so... If everyone were to... Can I do... Can I do polls? I don't know if I can do polls yet. Can only partners do that? Stream manager. Oh, hold on. Raid. Add. Flash poll. Can I? Hold on, let me see. Alright, hold on. Poll. Question. Alright. Actually, alright, so there are going to be 5 responses. There's non-aligned, non-monarchist, which is this path, which is not including... oh man, this is going to get confusing. There's quite a few. Okay, you know what? Alright. So I'm going to have... I'm actually going to... No, we're gonna do... Alright. April Constitution, which is this, which has... It's like non-aligned-ish. It's like these are non-aligned, and this is kind of democratic, but it's not as super clear. It's basically the party that we've already got. Then we've got... Peasant strike, which is communist, and then a different kind of democratic, I guess, from this one. Because, like, this gives you democracy support, so it would eventually lead to democratic. So it's like, and then there's Regency Council, which is one of the monarchist, which could be more fascist than others. And then there's Nationalist Constitution, which is the, like, outright fascist, which could go very anti-German or very pro-German. We'll make it, like, 3 minutes. I don't know. Start poll! So once again, this is not saying... Like, I'll do another poll afterwards, or I'll just choose afterwards. Like, say if we choose Regency Council, we'll go for one of these. So, I mean, like, pick which one you would generally like to go for, and then we can go more specific later. But right now, in the meantime, I think, like, going for another tech slot this early is real good. And please vote. I would love to have your input here. And there are 6 people watching right now, so your vote counts. There's no electoral college here. Your vote counts. Polish School of Mathematics. If you want to vote fasci, you can if you want. Or we could do fasci monarchist. Because, like, there is a fascist monarchist. But not, like, the fascist monarchist. However you want. Alright, mathematics is central to almost all things in the technological sector. All across Poland, from Lwów to Warsaw, the mathematical schools are flourishing. State-mandated math sounds awful. We must capitalize on the golden age of Polish thinkers and grant these men all that they need to make Poland the technological powerhouse it deserves to be.
Gotów do wymaszerowania! Uwaga!
Did you just say, oh my god?
Zbiórka!
I mean, this guy looks good. Oh, you actually need to use army experience to unlock all of these. So, like, progress it. It means listen. Okay, cool. Do you speak Polish? Are you Polish?
Szeregu zbiórka!
You might be, yes. Okay, cool. Ooh, railways, twin infrastructure, civilian factories. Oh, wow. Only 4 people voted. Only 4 people voted. All right, we go to a runoff. Because 1 person voted peasant strike. And give divisions names. All right. Oh, only 5 people voted, I think. So yeah, you make the difference. This question will just be monarchist or fascist. So basically, whoever voted for the peasants gets to decide this. Unless someone wants to change their mind. Totally fine. Maybe we'll do... Maybe I'll change division names. We'll see. But there are 4 different kinds of monarchists. That's a spicy number of monarchists. Alright, Ethiopia's dead. Rip in peace, Ethiopia. Now, what the smart thing to do when they make the Italy tree is to make it so you decide right away whether you want to stay the course as Italy and really waste your resources trying to hold down Ethiopia, or you back off. Oh, a hot damn. They went anti... Wait, you can't vote? Alright, so you guys both want to go regular fascist, right? I will just keep that in mind. So that is... You know what? Hold on. Actually, sorry. I'm gonna... Can I stop the poll somehow? Maybe... Maybe they don't let you actually do a poll that says that. Okay, let's just maybe make it easy. Ignore this poll. Press 1 in chat if you want monarchist, 2 if you want fascist. Yeah, that probably is it. It's maybe a bad word. Okay, 1. Alright, that's 2 for monarchist, 1 for non-aligned. Now, I mean, alright, Toast Gaming, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. That is 3 for monarchist. That is 5 of the 7 people in chat. I'm gonna put a timer on for... Oh, that's another for monarchist. Timer. Three minutes. So we're either going monarchist or 3 people vote fascist. So it's looking like we're going monarchist. We'll decide on which path afterwards. I mean, we could go for the fascist monarchist path, which I think is a whole lot spicier. Fascist is 2. Turkey militarizes the Straits. Oop. Modify officer corps. Okay, you're switching to that? Alright. So that is... monarchist still has 1 vote. Got about a minute and a half. I mean, you have to drum up more viewers, frankly. How do you... Chief of Navy? Okay. Naval... I don't need that guy. Yeah, Polish Lithuania. Polish Romania, Polish Hungary, Cossack. It'd be interesting that if Germany actually goes democratic. I've never seen them go democratic. Batshit insane one could be fun. Alright, there we go. So we're going monarchist. Oh no, we can do a poll for this one. Alright. We'll take a look at it. Revive the Horde. It's not quite the same thing as a Horde, but... I mean, they do give fascist support. They are the fascist party. But it's still... non-aligned? Kinda? I don't know. Yeah, they apparently do not. Even if we're saying that they are bad. Alright. Now we got a new slot. Go ahead and work on that. Alright, new poll. Which flavor of monarchist? Habsburg. Which is... Hungary. Obviously. Hohenzollern. Which is... Romanian. Sexy King Michael. Commonwealth, which is Lithuania, I guess. As if that isn't also obvious. Or Cossack. There we go. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, or insane. Let's go ahead and do... I should not have unpaused, but, probably before anything really fancy happens. Alright. Assemble the Regency Council. The act of the 5th of November... Ah, I forgot the 5th of November! Was a promise made by the Central Powers to release a free and independent Polish kingdom out of the ashes of the Russian Empire. The resulting regency failed to find a monarch before surrendering all powers to that guy, but with the Senationists unable to form a stable government, perhaps it is time we reestablish the regency to find Poland her rightful king. So we're going to lose stability and war support, but, oh, I could grab that guy. Or that guy. Sure. It's only 35 days as well.
Szeregu zbiórka!
Chief of Navy. We barely even have a navy. Alright, monarchists. You're losing ground. Or non-monarchists. The anti-fascists. What if we declared war on Germany immediately?
Gotów!
Can I help them? I don't think I can. Negotiate licenses? I've never seen the fascists win the Civil War. And honestly, the longer this goes on, the better for me.
Gotów!
Do we have a cavalry guy? How are we Poland and we don't have a cavalry general? Oh, here we go. Not as good as any of the other dudes. Panzers. Wait, hold on.
Gotów, dowódco!
Alright. With 2 votes to 1 to the other ones, to Romanian Cossack, we're going for the Habsburgs. Alright, he is a cavalry specialist, actually, so that's good. I don't think I can send them guns, can I? Can't send attaché. Volunteers, expeditionary forces. Never actually just, like, outright sent guns to someone, I don't think. Yeah, they've lost a little bit of ground there. And up there. And a little there. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, also, I've got an air force. Oh, no, hold on. I would like to declare war on them, but I'm definitely not in a position to do it.
Tak jest!
Okay. Political power gain decreased. I don't know if I want to do it quite yet. I don't know what I want to do with Danzig either. I mean, during the Civil War... No, I think... They need to already have won the Civil War for this to happen. And I need to have chosen someone, looks like. Alright, so what do you guys know about, like, these? Who banned the Nazi Party sounds good. Help the Kaiser by clamping down on Danzig. Okay. Let's read them first. Develop Polish shipbuilding. Danzig is hopelessly lost to the vile regime of the Nazi Party, and the Polish trade must find a way to subvert the effective embargo the Nazis hold over our economy. I feel like this is the first time they actually have the word Nazi in any focus. We may never recover Gdansk, but perhaps we may be able to turn Gdynia into a great seaport to rival Gdansk in grandeur. Or, officially, Danzig is a free city under Polish protection, but as of late, the city has fallen into Nazi control and is a puppet of Adolf Hitler in all but name. Blemish on our northern border is nothing but an obstruction to Polish trade, and we must reassert control over the city, or risk crumbling to the Germans. I know, right? Super cringe. Alright, so... what is just better? So this is 4 dockyards. This is 2 dockyards. That's 2 more dockyards. Now, how many does Danzig already have? It's got 3 dockyards. The integrate Danzig Nazis will be a little weaker. That is definitely an idea. Alright, so we've got 3 there already. And how many do we have here? It is also a naval base, though. This one is not. I know, it does have a naval base. Yeah, it's just a much, much smaller one. We also have embargo economies, so we have to clamp soon. Okay. So I'll choose this, whichever one I want to do. Hey, I'm the Kingdom of Poland. Alright, so 4 right there. That makes it slightly larger than Danzig. Immediately. That gets up to 5. That's another... okay. That's 6. Does it, I mean, ultimately... the only difference are, like, these right here. I mean, eventually I can make Gdynia just as large. Even, like, just by working at it. They'll be able to get... okay. Alright, that's good enough. Let's get rid of them. Clamp down on them. Officially, Danzig is a free city under Polish protection, blah, 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 blah. We become an international city, so it'll be slightly better. Yeah, let's do it. Embargoed economy. Yo, fancy chair. Come on, Mackinson. You can do it. Oh, is that a... that's not an encirclement. Oh, okay, they pushed through a little bit there. I always like going concentrated. So I'm just gonna go concentrated. I really hope they move the dudes that are over here over to here. Alright, they're pushing back. Mostly, I think. Oh, is that a... No, it's not quite an encirclement. Go get him, Junta. Oh yeah, now they're pushing. Look at that. Alright, I think we need to do Agrarian Reform. Where is Agrarian Reform? Before our peasants get out of line. Oh, we can modify our government. Cool. Okay, we need to put divisions there. Peasants are unhappy, demanding higher pay and dramatically lowered food prices. Poland's poor rail connections in the east make supplying the region with food and equipment an expensive endeavor, but with further rail investment, we may be able to deliver what the peasants demand. So is Agrarian Reform just making railroads? Not a focus, is it? Reform is most left focus. Okay, thank you. That one, okay. 7 on 40. I'll be able to squeeze that out. Let's do it. Alright, Poland was once divided between 3 powers, and as such, our rail networks are distant and unconnected. We must unite these 3 separate railway lines into one if we are to make Poland the centralized industry we need it to become. Alright. War industrialist. What do I want to spend my stuff on? Consumer goods factory reduction. Autocratic bishop. Archbishop. Man, these are expensive. Why is it more the April Constitution? That's why. Let's wait. I don't think I really need to buy anyone yet. Or I should get one of these. I think I'm gonna go ahead. Let's get the industrial concern. PKP. Unless there's something that I really need to spend points on. Is there? Compliance more than 80%, resistance less than 50. Let's see. Where is that map mode again?
Uwaga!
It's been a while, and things have changed up a little bit.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Oh, I can't put guys in there. Because it's, you know, demilitarized or whatever. I think, do I just need to wait? Compliance 80, resistance 50. Resistance is rising. Let's see. Garrisons. Oh, I have anti-fascist raid. Okay. Good. Yeah, so let's do that. There are those in the city who would hand the keys to their freedom over the Nazis and make the city subservient to Berlin. These elements must be eliminated from the city at all costs. Though harsh military action may have adverse effects on how we are perceived by locals. Or military appeasement. Free city of Danzig cannot be integrated with brute force alone. Some degree of appeasement may make the Danziger militia more aligned with Poland's vision of the city. Unification Propaganda. Danzig is a culturally diverse city of Poles, Germans, and countless other minorities, and the Nazi Party seeks to disrupt the multicultural cooperation. Effective propaganda can be utilized to turn the city's minorities to our side, promising them the equality the Nazis would sooner die than give them. And die they will. Alright, so the difference here is compliance and resistance growth. This does both. Alright, what do we want? Alright, so resistance is rising. Compliance is... we want to rise. Compliance we want to rise. And, resistance we want to shrink. Compliance 80, resistance 50. Alright, so right now, let's deal with resistance, I think, is the most important thing to get rid of. Yeah, military appeasement. Let's do that for the moment. The Kingdom of Poland seizes Danzig. Established by the Treaty of Versailles in 1920, the Free City of Danzig has until today been an independent nation under the protection of the Polish state. However, with tensions mounting around the German-Polish border and the refusal of the Danzig government to allow Polish trade through the city port, the Polish government has declared today that Danzig is no longer a free city. I can do all three? I may do the rest as well. Right now. Possibly. I don't know if I want to spend that many points. Yeah, I can spend the points. Already, the streets of Danzig are being filled with Polish soldiers with the sole mission of increasing the state's power over the city. Albert Forster and many other Nazi Party members have gone into hiding, and there is talk of rebellion and eventual defection to the German Empire. A free city no more. Yeah, sure, let's do all three. Resistance strength is growing now, actually. I'll add one more to you. Do I want to get rubber? Let's make some convoys. We only have 10 right now. Yeah, we can spare one factory to make our planes grow a little bit better. Ooh, and the garrisons are now quite lacking. And there's the Spanish Civil War. Yeah, let's do that. I want to do the peasant thing first. It'll only take one more focus after this one. And then we'll choose our... Then we'll go ahead and do this. Alright, resist... yeah, compliance is growing. Ugh. Those resistance, though. Now its resistance is decreasing. Good. Alright, now it's up to 60. Why can I not do this one? It's because the compliance is not high enough, I guess. Oh, now I can move soldiers there. No, it's still demilitarized. Oh, wait, no, never mind. You're right, you're right. Nope, nope, you're not. Still... It'd be interesting to play as it. The ultimate toll game. Like, just release it. I think is somehow an option. Alright, do we want to decrease resistance or increase compliance? It could be 1638. Alright, so what is that we need to do to actually integrate it? Or to do this, rather. 80 compliance, less than 50 resistance. So I think we just need to increase compliance. They have to organize rebellion. Yeah, I think the good guys are gonna win here. All right, let's increase compliance. No, oh, hold on. Decrease resistance growth. Yeah, let's do the raid. Let's raid them. And that goes all of my command power, though. Alright, now. Research slots. Agrarian Reform. The peasant strike is on the horizon. All across the country, food prices are skyrocketing, and both our disjointed industry and the government's lack of action to aid Poland's poorest cause great unrest in the peasantry. With the sufficient investment and reform, however, we should be able to become more than capable of meeting the peasants' demands. Cool. So what is this going to mean for us? Are we gonna actually want to be on the same side as the Kaiser? Kaisers that have caused us so much suffering in the past? Let's go get radio. Never trust the Germans. How do you say never trust the Germans in Polish? I think it's good morning. Yeah, an unholy alliance indeed. Oh, we can't. We can do an alliance after taking East Prussia. All right. You know, that is important. That is very important. I really want my border to look not bad. How do we do that? Where's that focus? Make the chat a little larger here. Oh, hot damn! Otto assumes the Hungarian crown. Cossack king has that. Oh, Cossack does. Alright. We'll see then. In search of a suitable king, the Kingdom of Hungary extended an invitation to Otto von Habsburg. Yeah. That's lucky? To return to the lands that were until recently ruled by his family. Otto, who has lived in exile throughout Western Europe since the end of the Great War and the dissolution of his father's empire, chose to accept the offer. Today, amidst much fanfare and celebration, he was crowned King of Hungary in a solemn ceremony at the Royal Palace in Budapest. During his coronation speech, King Otto thanked the Hungarian people for their loyalty and devotion and vowed to see the Habsburg lands reunited once more, promising that this time Hungary would be the dominant constituent part. Will the empire rise again? Yeah, we got real lucky. But we don't know. They may go democratic. I've never seen them go democratic, but they could. Alright, 74. Alright, just increase compliance a little more. We'll be able to do the other thing. Yes, that is going to be the next focus, is to go down this path. I think that'll just give me an achievement, too. Fancy stash auto. Let's see now. Let's upgrade you. Czechoslovakia. And there's Agrarian Reform. Still can't do that one yet. Well, let's go ahead and go for the fulfill the 5th of November Act. With the Emergency Council assembled, it is time to open the doors to any and all royal applicants seeking to claim the Polish throne. And if Hungary gets Austria, that'd be cool. And Russia, Czechoslovakia. Okay. I'll take your word for that. Oh, Russia focus. You know what? We need to show them we mean business. The support monarchism in Czechoslovakia. We need an ethnic Czechoslovak to rule Czechoslovakia, as God intended. Alright, we could just go to International City. That brings this one down a bit. Yeah, let's go and do this one. Is Lithuania going monarchy? I don't know. Yeah, let's go ahead and smash that one. That's all of our political power gone, but what can you do? No way to know. We would have to start spying on them, and I don't know if I want to spend... How is my construction going? I don't know. I don't think I want to spend my precious civilian factories doing that. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're actually doing pretty alright on tech. Ooh. This is fancy. That's right, yeah. Tank customization. These are just the chassis. These are the engines. Ooh, I like that. That's a sexy super heavy. Planes? I think we should get anti-tank. Except we're not going to get blitzkrieged. But we will have to probably deal with you. What are their spirits? Trotskyist plots? Is that normal? What are the... How would I know? KVD stuff. What if they're going monarchist too? Oh, hold on. That part of the tree isn't even here. Huh. I guess you have to unlock it. I think? Or is it by event? Like, isn't it supposed to be over here? Asser Kaiser Alliance. You know, just like the good old days. Alright. We don't have anything else that's super pressing, I don't think. I guess we'll go ahead. Oh wait, no, I can't even do this. We have an event. Alright, so I guess we'll have to wait probably a second. I might as well do... Yeah, let's work on industry. 70, any, 35. Let's go and do the 35 one, because I wouldn't be surprised if the event appears immediately. Central regional strategy. By centralizing factories far from any border, we will boost our production while also protecting them from any would-be conquerors. Maybe not immediately, but soon. Maybe one, months out. Neutrality Act, America's going pretty standard. Now, the only way we're going to be able to see what countries have chosen is by looking at their spirits now. So they've given oil concessions, powerful church, and Cadillo tensions moderate. Japan is going democratic. That's cool. Plan East is going to be what we were going to want to do. The West won't be bad either. If Germany goes democratic, we might need to kill them. Gobble up their stuff. Turn them into a little... Can't we, like, balkanize Germany now? Is that a thing? Or is that only if you play as France and do the whole Napoleon thing? Alright, yeah, it's at 80, that's below. Ooh. Frederick Christian claims the throne. Margrave of Meissen and Prince of Saxony Albert Leopold... I don't think we want to do this one. HRE is more than just a dream. Albert Leopold Friedrich Christian Sylvester Anno Macarius seeks to add King of Poland to his many prestigious titles. Many great monarchs of the Commonwealth were members of the House of Wettin and Saxon electors, and with our nation now seeking a king, Frederick Christian seems the most obvious and legitimate candidate for... Yeah, this is a Lithuanian one, I figured. Candidate of king. With a claim to the Commonwealth on his side, electing Friedrich? I mean, he's German, right? Like, Wettin Saxon, that sounds pretty German. Undoubtedly strengthen our government's claim on all former Commonwealth territories, a claimant in Lithuania, to Lithuania. A member of historic Polish royal family and prestigious bloodline at his back, Friedrich Christian brings with him a strong claim to the Kingdom of Poland. Yeah, House of Wettin, that's not the one we want. We will consider other candidates for the throne. So yeah, that's the one we would have done there. I'm guessing Hohenzollern will be next. That's another 35. We could just do this one. It's also 35. We've garnered enough support among the populace of Gdansk that we may officially purge the city of Nazis and reclaim the city for the Polish state. Yay! Our industry's not doing half bad. All things considered. Oh. I've been forgetting to make divisions this entire time, haven't I? Well, I guess all the more reason. Keep it at 4. I guess, well, it was good to... Yeah, we're fighting without fighting them. That was... We filled up all of our guns that we already needed. So, you know. Oh, Estonian Civil War. Vapsid, Estonia. One moment. Alright, go get them regular Estonia, I guess. Yeah, we need a bigger army to make sure the Czechs don't get any ideas. At least we have a higher quality military. I want to have 15 before I really start building more stuff. Before I start building military factories. Ideally. I mean, we're doing okay on military factories, considering. Let's get the construction speed. Yeah, decision making is made on numbers. Yeah, that is true. The Habsburg candidate. A royal, a Habsburg, and a Polish patriot. Karl Albrecht von Habsburg has been in service of the Polish military almost as long as such an organization has been in existence. Though his bloodline is not native to this soil, this willingness to fight and die for Poland makes him an ideal candidate for the throne. Though it would seem the Archduke has little ambition for rulership, perhaps he may be persuaded to serve Poland not in arms, but in leadership. Yes, let's do it! Not quite as good looking as his nephew? Cousin? But, hey, he's here. Alright. The Habsburg. Karl Albrecht von Habsburg is a Polish patriot and fortunately happens to be a royal. Perhaps we should invite him to take up the throne he was groomed for since birth. So now... Oh, move capital to Krakow. Krakow. Let's do it. The Diet of Galicia and Lodomeria represented Habsburg rule over Poland, and now that a Habsburg sits on the throne, it seems only right that the Diet be restored as the Diet of Poland. Cool. That is a little risky considering the proximity, but, you know. But also, don't they have to eat Austria? Yeah, they have to... They have to get Austria before they actually have to become Austria-Hungary before they can do Czechoslovakia. So we'll have a very clear notifier as to when we have to be quick about it. The Kingdom of Poland crowns a king. On the 5th of November, 1916, Wilhelm II of Germany and Franz Joseph of Austria signed a joint declaration that out of the Polish-occupied territories in Russia, a new kingdom would be born, the Kingdom of Poland. However, the young state failed to find a king in time, and the then president declared the Second Polish Republic. However, it seems Poland has at last found herself a king in Karl Albrecht the First. I think that's an exclamation, like a first and an exclamation mark. Born into Habsburg nobility, Karl Albrecht has been fighting for the Polish military for almost as long as the Polish state has existed. And today, to the roar of cheering crowds, he's been elected the first Habsburg king of Poland. Long live the king! Yeah, free chorus is always good. That is very true. That's why we need to make sure we have a larger military so they actually accept. If we can have like a 48, that would be awesome. Oh, and it looks like the Republicans are gonna win? I mean, they're doing pretty well over there. They've at least been holding well enough. But I could be wrong. The Nationalists may still pull this off. They're right at Berlin. I forget if they actually need to take Berlin or like need to take more than Berlin to win. Factory output. That sounds nice, actually. Yes, let's do factory output. Oh, you could get this guy now. But doctrine cost 100. So you basically have to be at war in order to do doctrine stuff. Although this guy gives me armies. Yeah, I think we should grab this dude. Division defense is nice, and we will actually be getting. You can have your king as a marshal? Oh, that's sick. I love it. Dude, that dude's outfit, though, man. Is it not... Can I not do it yet? Oh, I can get him an upgrade, apparently. Alright, there we go. Now it's starting to break apart. Ooh, that's not... Oh, we don't like that. That's a communist. Wait, no. Anarchist? Communist. Like, is this is Stalin's guy, right? Yeah. Soviet Union support. I think that's the worst option for us. Excuse me? Black shorts. Black shorts. So, apparently Britain's going fascist. I don't think I've ever seen that. No, you don't want strong Soviets. Wow, alright. I was not expecting that one. How are you doing, France? Are you gonna stay democratic? I think this is a new song, too, right? This is one of the Soviet songs. Ooh, supply hub? Interesting.
Szeregu, zbiórka!
Kaiser Habsburg Alliance will kill everyone. Something something Alex the Rambler monarchist playthrough. I bet you and your stupid mustache are sweating real bad right now. Hanging out in the bunker.
Gotów, dowódco!
Although, he made jump a submarine and head to Argentina. Let's see. On tanks. On planes. Da-da-da-da. Sure, let's work on some light tank chassis. Oh, they took Berlin. Destroyed the Diet of Galicia. The capital is now Krakow. I don't think I want to do this one yet. Though it is a decision. But I could just do it at any point, just by clicking the button, right? Yo, here comes a field marshal. I love it. We could take Königsberg and Silesia from the Kaiser soon. Like, is that by... How would we do that? Do you mean by war? Alright, is this the one we want to rush, or this one? Well, I think we need to do both, but... You can declare on core states at any time. Do we have cores on them? Yeah, let's just go and do this. Support monarchism in Czechoslovakia. Habsburg rule over Czechoslovakia is quickly fading into a distant memory, but now with the Habsburg on our throne and the Polish identity standing strong, we are in a position to promote the West Slavic identity and press the Habsburg claim on Bohemia. Though those are two very different things. You've got West Slavic identity, and then a German monarch. Can't see me, but I'm doing kind of a scales thing with my hands. Those are two very different things, but anyway, let's go ahead and do this one. Silesia has this as a core state. Okay, Oh. Austria has outright rejected Hungarian claims for a referendum. Despite Hungary's increasing belligerence, the latter has accused the Austrian government of flagrantly disregarding the democratic rights of their people. They have stated that they will not shy away from use of force to protect the Austrian people's desire to be reunified with the Hungarian brethren. Both sides have now begun to mobilize, and war seems inevitable. Alright, well, we'll see. Like, they may declare war and outright lose. Yeah, we may need to help them somehow. Breslau. Oh yeah, yeah. Hit a Pommern. Oh, there it goes. They won. German Civil War ends. Does Otto have the balls? And there's the monarchist in Spain. Let's root for them. Trading or Russian alliance with Hungary. We could do that, couldn't we? We'll see. I mean, yeah. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll start working on that. Go get them, monarchists. And the Hindenburg survived. And we'll see if they go monarchist or not, or democratic. Yeah, do the Habsburg claim. That'll make them a puppet. Cool. That's even better. Yeah, do that, that.
Baczność! Gotów! Baczność!
Got a new plane. Not doing bad on tech. Not really behind on anything. I like this new sound. We should probably make trucks, shouldn't we? Look like they have weird wheels.
Szeregu! Zbiórka!
You guys go ahead and just, like, do that. Yeah, give them Austria. Lithuania is Allied investment. Urge popular resistance. Looks like they're going fascist or non-aligned. Oh, we can actually see what they've done. What? I think this is non-aligned? Probably? Yeah, they make them monarchist. Everyone's going monarchist. They know it's the hot new thing. Even the Carlists might win. And watch them actually go, like... I mean, they might get the king as well, but, you know. Fascist one. Yo, bring back Napoleon, my guy. You know you want to. And if you're new to the channel, oh, Amelia, no. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to follow to see more Hearts of Iron 4. I'm planning on streaming Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesdays will be single player, and for the foreseeable future, Saturdays will be multiplayer. Probably going to be Hearts of Iron for a while, then eventually going back to EU4. Yeah, we really are returning to 1638. Hey. Yep, Japanese Civil War. Monarchist United States. Let's do it. Come on. The Soldier King. Our king longs to fight for his country on the front lines, but as our ruler, we cannot allow him to be placed in such mortal danger. Perhaps by granting him a position as a field marshal, he may serve as a unifying symbol to our nation in crisis, while satisfying his hunger for combat. He wants blood! Fourth International. What does that mean? Is that a Stalinist? Or is that a Lenin? Oh, hold on. Are they going for Trotsky? Counter-revolution is the new revolution. And we're getting Trotsky, boys. No ice picks today. Do I want political... infrastructure... You know, I think political power is the way to go, because then we just get the rest of the stuff all quicker. We just get this guy sooner. Then if we do this guy and then that guy... Yeah, let's get him. Got the hot skis for Trotsky. And how is... Ooh, we should make you bigger. Do I want to make you bigger? That's actually a hard choice. So, we can't get rid of the Polish cavalry. No, we couldn't. I don't have the heart. Wow, so we actually just put points and stuff into the claim. And then eventually it'll be strong. And then we do the focus. The permanent revolution is coming. Oh, okay. It has at least 80 monarchy support. Cool. You get traits from combat like stability. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we gotta make more. We gotta have at least one army that's full cavalry. Or at least mostly cavalry. Put some wings on them. Give them lances. At least have them, like, maybe hang around Vienna or something. Alright, so there go the regular Spanish. So now nationalist Spain is squeezed between the Commune and the Carlists. So that's probably bad for them. This is a very interesting world we've got here. I'm liking it. Still don't know. Germany might just be doing, like, industry right now. China's attacking Xinjiang. Weird, because they can't even reach it. No, is that... No, that's still Stalin Spain. Like, we do not have the actual commune. We don't have the anarchists here. But right now, it's looking like the Carlists are doing pretty alright. Alright, attacking Yunnan. Also, Japan. How are you doing? Come on, Democratic Japan. Go get them. Korea's free. Manchuria's free.
Gotów, dowódco!
Anti-Soviet military thinking banned. Alright. Comes down the Carl. Oh, wait, no. What? The Nationalists actually beat. Alright. That's good. The Nationalists beat the Communists. So now it's basically a win-win. It would be fun if the Carlists win, so we can just have crazy monarchy everywhere. Dude, what if we could get a PU over Habsburg Spain? I can do monarchist decisions? Oh. Do I want to spend the points? Sure, let's do it. Propagandize monarchist sentiment. There's another good reason to have gotten the political power guy. China's going nuts. And may lose. How's this happening? Do they have access through... Oh, they were puppeted. Alright. Alright, the King's Guard. The king has ambitions of military leadership, and who better for him to lead than his own personal royal guard? Hell yeah. That's hot.
Baczność!
Man, everything's coming up Poland. Alright, these guys also increase our army experience. Another reason that we want to have more political power. And they're still sitting on that CB.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Oh yeah. That's a good point. He is actually quite good. He is the most offensive and defensive. This guy has more planning speed, though, and better... Yeah, he's good. I think he's good. Oh, let's go. Do we go ballsy? Are we an offensive Poland? We're not just gonna sit by and and just hold our position. We're an offensive Poland. And also, what do you guys like more? Organization first or charismatic? I don't like, they're both good, but yeah, both are good. You know, he's our king. He should be charismatic.
Gotów, dowódco! Gotów, dowódco!
Not just all you guys. Actually, we're oversupply here.
Szeregu zbiórka! Baczność!
Just chill in the capital. Don't chill in the capital. Yeah, chill in the capital. Alright. Not bad Estonia won, so very good. Go for the nukes! Upgrade infrastructure, railroad, and checks to make invasion easier. That is true. I want to get at least the 15 civilian factories first, though. "15 active civilian factories." And they still have not chosen... Oh? Clamp down on fascism. Okay, that's good. How are we doing? We're fine. We're nice and stable. Okay, well... Spanish Directory won this one, sadly. But it's better than the communists. 156... Land doctrine? Ooh. I think I want this guy. Probably. Yeah, let's do it. We need guns. How are we doing on a stockpile? Got a good couple guns stockpiled, so that'll help out a lot for when we want to do that decision, which will be shortly. I think it's going to be the next one we're going to do. Hungary has been too long without a king, and the Archduke Otto von Habsburg remains without a throne to call his own. We must press our relative's claim on the throne and secure Habsburg rule in Europe. So that already happened, yes. Because Otto is already there. So that just saves us some time. No, not yet. I think we have to do this one first. Or maybe once we unpause, it'll get the event. Arm Habsburg militants. All right, let's go ahead and do. Ooh, start level of a new army leader. Training time minus 10%. That's actually pretty nice. You go industry now? Yeah. Not a bad idea. Consumer goods. Infantry equipment cost decrease. Military factory. Yeah, military factories sound nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the new Polish industry. With the West now reclaimed from the Germans, we must develop the burgeoning industries in cities like which are rapidly coming to rival Warsaw in grandeur. Italy doing Italian things. Oh. Oh my. Look at this guy. Frickin' veteran here. Bulgaria approaches German Empire. Interesting. Did they get the event? I don't know. They decline? Ooh. Trains. Armored train. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds fun. A train engine encased in heavy armor to make it less vulnerable to enemy attack. It can carry as much cargo as any other design, but it's more expensive to produce. Sure, why not? No, you just get in there. Why not? Or, no, actually. You get on the front. I got a truck. I got a truck. So, right now, Hungary is not a puppet. Maybe they just haven't gotten the event yet. Because I think they would have told us if we didn't get the event. Let's just do this a little slightly ahead of time. This is cool. Huh. I don't know quite what to do with that yet. We should make more. Make more horses. I want just one army of all horse. We're Poland, damn it. Oh, hold on, what should I be building here? Yeah, let's build a couple of you. Let's not mess with that yet. I know that we are going to get... Yes, Hungary's not our puppet. It'll be fine. We'll get them eventually. I mean, we'll get an alliance with them one way or the other. Or maybe this just didn't happen because they were already monarchist? I don't know. No, actually, no, what this did is that the decision that the event is that we were going to demand that they bring Otto to the throne. And since Otto is already there, there's no event to be had. So this would get them... This is an alliance? Or... Or they'll become a puppet. One of those. Alright, these are cores. Gotcha. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if we actually... Puppet? Hungary? We'll see. Oops. Oh, we got 2 factories here. Hello? The game crash? No. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, that's small. Oh, Trotsky, no. Trotsky... You're not Trotsky. Lev Kamenev? Cores on what? I would really like to get this... You know, let's keep working on this. Okay, this is Arm Habsburg Militants. Let's go ahead and do the Institute Royal Hussars. Actually, yeah. I was kind of... I'll agree with you there. I would like to get this alliance. That would be nice. And this will get us the claims on Germany. Wars on Germany. As a king and a general, Karl Albrecht stands as a shining example of all that a Polish gentleman should be. Perhaps all of our officers should be trained in the art of war as our king has, in the trenches. Oh, okay. So... These are just doing the focus. The state cores will become Polish. Like the ones that are... Like a bunch of cores, like stuff over here. Like these cores. Soviet Civil War. Civil War has once more erupted in Russia. With the memories of the last Civil War still fresh on everyone's mind, it is a bit surprising that it would come to this. After years of political infighting between the Stalinist and Trotskyist factions, the Soviet government has finally split, and the two groups now battle in the streets for control of the country. Lev Kamenev has declared himself the leader of what he calls the Union of Soviet Republics of Europe and Asia. Yes, we will definitely do that if they go democratic, and maybe if they don't. And leads the war against Joseph Stalin from his base in Odessa. Huh, they seem awfully weak. Alright, so there's, what's it called? Union of Soviet Republics? Yeah, okay. Alright, well, good luck. I mean, bad luck? I don't know. Oh, they are going for the Kaiserreich. Kaiserreich. Yeah, throw one more of those in there.
Baczność!
I don't know if I want to spend that much right now.
Gotów, dowódco!
Spawn like 8. Wait, who? Trotskyists? Spawn with 80 divisions? Wow. They are really lacking supply, huh? We're gonna need to fix that. Without the Czech? What? Without the Czech industry? Okay. Uh... No, hold on. I think we want to move... That, probably?
Szeregu, zbiórka!
Alright, thanks for hanging out, man. You have a good night.
Gotów, dowódco!
Which one first? I'd kind of like to get the Czechs, because they are right next door.
Gotów do wymaszerowania! Tak jest! Tak jest!
I want my horsies. I want my Polish horsies. I mean, getting the alliance with them is good, though. Ooh. Communists in China. China. Yeah, you're worth just about everybody over there, aren't you? Go get him, Chiang Kai-shek. Yeah, Bohemia probably would be better. I mean, I could do this right now. I kind of want to work on this one. Unite with Bohemia. I really, yeah, I kind of really want to do this. Institute Royal Hussars. The Winged Hussars were among Poland's most famous soldiers, and though the age of Hussar combat is long since over, the practice of cavalry combat remains strong in Poland and needs only a little support to become the envy of the world. And the only one in the world. And my political power is, Alright, so 950 men just ran over to fight for the Trotskyists. Okay. I am a little lacking in manpower. I think that should be the next thing I spend money on. Or political power, rather. Get more than 1.5 a day.
Bugger!
Did you just say bugger?
Bugger!
And I want my super cool horsies. Oh, and these guys are actually 20 with. Look at that. Oh, that is true. We could just get Bohemian manpower. I was not thinking about that. Thank you. Oh! Canada wants to go free. I think they're going democratic still, though. Let's see. Research speed. Political advisor. We are getting monarchist support, so we're not really in a rush for that. Consumer goods factory reduction. War industrialists, we're probably not going to need him for a minute. Kind of want the land doctrine cost. Actually, cavalry. Cavalry gain, experience gain. Cavalry attack. Monarchism is 100 before coronation. What happened? When is the coronation? Like, what coronation exactly? I thought we were already coronated. You know, we're the king. King of Bohemia. Okay. Alright, thank you. So I'll go ahead and get the autocratic archbishop. Look at that. Look how stable we are. Alright, go ahead and train with them. And we're out of manpower. Ooh, logistics companies, yes. Not really worried about the tanks at the moment. Get radio. Yeah. Can I even do that one? Oh, I could, yeah. 30 days. Yeah, only lose it for 30 days. That's not too long, and that gives that's a pretty good investment. Bro, yeah. Sure. Poland's doing pretty alright here. We do need aluminum now, though, if I want to make more planes. Also, I would want to make close air support anyway. I got more horsies.
Gotów do wymaszerowania! Gotów, dowódco! Szeregu, zbiórka! Gotów, dowódco! Tak jest!
All right. Let's go ahead and do arm Habsburg militants. Just send them guns, which we've actually got a lot of. There are those in Czechoslovakia who long for the return of absolute hereditary rule over the lives, and all we need... Over their lives? The lives. And all we need do is give them arms, and they will promote the Habsburg cause with force. Have time for the Habsburg alliance before the coronation.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Yeah, I mean, if we get Hungary, that'll make taking Czechoslovakia all the more likely?
Gotów, dowódco! Gotów, dowódco! Tak jest! Tak jest!
Yeah, do we have enough gun production? We're doing alright. Well, maybe not now. Yeah, we are actually... Well, we've got a good few in surplus.
Uwaga!
But, I mean, we're not a huge number in surplus.
Szeregu, zbiórka! wymaszerowania! Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Such a nice song. It's got so much get up and go, you know? Eh. There's nothing we really need? I mean... Let's go strap bombers. Yeah, we do have enough. We have enough guns for that, yeah. Go and do that one, and then we'll do... Is this really worth it? This is like 50 for 10, 100 for 15? That's not a good... That's kind of like maybe a last push? Because we could just do 100 for 20. Although this is half as much that, but we also got a lot of command power. You know, I think that's good. Sway Czechoslovakian generals. Oop, can't forget to do this. Let's not do any of these quite yet. I mean, what do you think the odds of him not accepting this now? I mean, we could always just fight him. When the time comes. Just eat Hungary. If they're alone. He will accept? Okay. Let's do it then. I mean, the only reason I could think not to would be... Well, maybe wait like one more focus. Like maybe we want to make sure we have the Kingdom of Bohemia. Because right now... his tree is stalled. Well, yeah. His tree is stalled because he doesn't have either of these. And if he calls us in, he might declare war. And either we join in and we don't do anything and he just gets dominated. And we just have to wait until we have Czechoslovakia anyway. Yeah, I think his tree will be better. Or... he calls us in, we help him, and he wins, and then he goes for the... Well, actually, you know, this is eventually going to be good anyway. I want him to do this, because he gets cores on Austria. But we just want to make sure we get Czechoslovakia before they get this. So, yeah, let's just do a little industry right now. We'll wait on it. And they have not gotten the Kaiser back yet. That's a little weird. Yeah, exactly. When he declares... well, he may not declare war on Austria because he's not strong enough. Ooh, hold on. Aluminum. We actually need aluminum. Well, maybe we wait on that. Like, this will get us the most factories right now. Let's go and do that. Expand Krakow industries. Poland's old capital of Krakow, new capital of Krakow, has been freed from the clutches of the Austrian Empire, but still the city remains shackled to its past, lacking the modern industries it needs to rival the West. With investment, we shall bring Krakow back from the dead. The aluminum would allow us to make planes. At least some planes. I don't even have the manpower to make this. I just need 20 guys, and I can't do it, because I am fresh out of manpower. Alright, they're looking at 40. This will be 50, 60, 75. Oh, we can't do it again, apparently. Oh, no, there it is. I think we can do it again. Oh, yeah, we have even more guns. Alright, this will get us up to 95, and then... this will be 100. Ooh, doctrine available. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, no, hold on. Let's wait until we can get it a little cheaper. Like that one. Are there any other ones that we can get here? I know there was another. I think that's the only one. I was probably thinking of something over here that gives us another reduction in the cost. Let's wait on it. Alright, next time we see this bump. And there we go, Wilhelm II. Good old Billy. King Billy.
Uwaga!
Actually, that's not what I want. No. I want them to go there and then there.
Gotów, dowódco! Szeregu, zbiórka!
Let's do 6 more, and that'll be all the cav we want. 4 states in Lithuania. I don't have any cores on them. I think we went away from the Poland-Lithuania thing. You know, the more they fight, the better. Like, if this Civil War never ends, I'd be happy. Oh, missed it again. The instant I have 20 extra bodies, they're going in some planes. Armored train. I like it. I like it a lot, but, ooh. We need artillery. How have I not been making artillery? We're gonna need tungsten. Alright, they're at 100. Can it go higher than 100? They can declare war on Vilno? Oh, they have cores on us. Oh, if they want to attack us, come at me. I'll show them who's boss. Alright, I mean, it could go higher, but I guess it won't make a difference, probably. Alright. The King of Bohemia. Monarchist sentiment is high in Czechoslovakia. All we need to do is press our claim on the Bohemian throne, and the Czech government will no doubt fold to our demands. No doubt, he says, looking into the camera. Ooh, and the land doctrine cost? Yeah, let's grab this guy. Sadly, we did not go Senation right, so we're not getting that dude. We'll have to go for him instead. And then, once I take that, we'll get our land doctrine. Industry and manpower, yeah. But this will, like, puppet them first, and then we integrate them. We can still become the Commonwealth? I kind of don't want to, but I mean, if it gives me cores, then I'll do it. We'll just pretend we're still the Kingdom of Poland. We have that's right, we have the Commonwealth decision. I forgot. All you have to do is eat Lithuania.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
I'm gonna... Yeah. We're on Latvia and the Soviets. Oh, that sounds so juicy. We're gonna be a big, sexy Poland. Sexiest Poland that ever was. I got 0.3. I want to be a little... I don't care to be that efficient. I don't think we do. Better guns. 0.13 is not that big of a difference. Upgrade our artillery. Oh, come on. Come on, Trotsky. You can do it. Keep pushing. Hold the line. Hold the line. King of Bohemia. We'll get the event probably in just a moment. Let's do one industry before this happens. Actually, let's do prepare for the next war. The Great War may only have been the first of its kind. We must prepare for what must surely be an ever-changing battlefield. Australia seeks distance from the Commonwealth, blah, blah, blah. Poland and Czechoslovakian crowns now union. In a strange turn of events, both the Kingdom of Bohemia and the Kingdom of Poland have both come under the rule of Karl Albrecht I. Though the two nations remain separate for now, the shared head of state means that they are inseparably tied diplomatically. It seems like the personal union will soon evolve into a unification of the Czechoslovakian and Polish states, but for now, the union remains purely diplomatic. Soon we will be one.
Gotów! Gotów! Uwaga!
Yes, Austrians. Austrians come soon. That, and might as well do this. Like, there's no reason not to. Hey. Insert that Spider-Man meme.
Baczność!
Now, let's definitely get more on you. We need this now. There's more civilian factories. Yeah, I still like getting them up to 15, and we're gonna need even more once we need more resources. Not a need for that, really. Even when we do... I want to spend my political power on anything else. I could... Yeah, rush the Habsburg tree. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this guy. I want to unite with Bohemia first. And then we'll get the Habsburg alliance. No, Trotsky's gonna lose. Fake Trotsky, no. And I'm actually gonna take a really quick break. I've been sitting with no water for way too long. Ally with them, they'll probably insta-declare on Austria. Exactly. That's what I'm gonna wait on. I'm gonna wait until I completely eat Bohemia so that I have manpower. Alright, I'll just be back in a couple minutes. Don't you go nowhere. Alright, I'm back. Here we are. Born to be kings. We're the poles of the universe. So we're just waiting to finish this. Then we're gonna work on integrating Bohemia. Ah, poor Trotsky. He's gonna get ice picked for sure.
Uwaga!
Construction speed. Sure. Now, it's something that people don't give Poland enough credit for, is that their consistent advancement of science. There we go. Now let's do it. Unite with Bohemia. With our king on the throne of both Poland and Bohemia, all we need to do is unite the internal administration of Poland and Bohemia, and the dream of West Slavia will be achieved. Will that change our name? Are we going to become West Slavia? That'd be cool. Do we want to become... Ooh, do we want to give... Ooh. Do we want to make our unique dudes unicorns? I wish there was like a winged hussar emblem. That'd be really nice. I would like more of those. More unique emblems.
Готов! Готов, dowódco! Gotów, dowódco! Tak jest! Baczność!
Exactly 24 beautiful horsies. What I want. Always I wanna be with you and make believe with you and live in harmony, harmony, harmony. Alright, 154. I think we don't do as much armor. We want to focus on, like, infantry and air superiority. And I really kind of want to increase this right now. Yeah, we are going to get more from Bohemia. We'll see how much, though. I'll wait on that. What do we want more of? We're doing pretty well on guns. Maybe get more trucks. Actually, no. More artillery. People's Front. This is interesting. I've never seen this happen before.
Tak jest! Uwaga!
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. Take Lithuania first, maybe? That's a little more manpower, and then we fight Germany. Germany being all alone. I think we could take Germany once we get all of our ducks in a row. They are weaker than Germany would be historically. I could just fabricate normally, like do a manual one. It's free manpower, basically. I just take Lithuania and bam, cores on it. Like, nothing else is going to... We do this, and this gives us cores on all the German stuff. I take my cores and then probably puppet Germany. That'd probably be the best way to make good-looking borders, too. Ooh, yeah. Could have been working on this. Or I could start working on this. It's fine. I want to wait till I get this to see how my manpower looks. Yeah, Austro-Hungary, Poland, Lithuania would be nice. And there we go. Kingdom of Poland. And no reason not to just do Habsburg. Yeah, we only got like 5k manpower from that. A Habsburg alliance. Habsburgs sit on the thrones of Poland and Hungary. Perhaps it is time we formalize our familial ties into an alliance. The Habsburg Pact. That is a cursed name if I've ever seen it. And I've got a whole... That's right. They're not going to declare on us. That'd be crazy. We did inherit all of their troops, though, so that's pretty nice. This has been sitting here with no supply. It'd probably just be... Oh, we need higher world tension. So we may actually need to just take care of Germany first. Man, all these guys are green, too. Most of them, at least. I'm gonna have them all go to Prague and stuff. Yeah, I have too many troops here. Man, okay, yeah. We do have a decent number of these now. How does this work? What am I doing? Upgrade railroads from capital to Czech. What, do that? Yeah, that should be our highest priority right now. We have a lot of factories now, actually. I mean, considering. Need to build more. Jet bombers, fighters, no. Go with that. Well, maybe more of that. We're doing pretty alright on support equipment.
Vergesst! Vergesst! Szeregu zbiórka! Gotów, dowódco!
I just want to get all my Czech troops.
Gotów, dowódco! Gotów!
To an army.
Uwaga! Szeregu zbiórka!
Get them all together.
Baczność! Tak jest!
And then we'll organize them. Yeah, we have a lot of power. You know, let's just mark you as red.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Just so we can tell that you are the Czech units.
Gotów do wymaszerowania! Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Oh, and all these guys too. Oh, we got some tanks.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Thank you, yellow.
Gotów do wymaszerowania! Tak jest!
I just want to be able to see what the hell's going on here.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
They had a decent army, size-wise at least. Oh wow, that's actually pretty good mountain divisions. That's pretty pathetic. That could be worse. Is Bohemia supplied? The railroads, I mean, are still working on it. Okay, that's better. That's a lot better.
Uwaga! Baczność! Gotów!
Yeah, that is gonna be the hardest part. I mean, as long as you just rush them, it won't be that big of a deal.
Zbiórka! Uwaga! Gotów! Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Alright.
Gotów dowódco!
Just want to make it so they're just not starving. Yeah, we're already out of manpower. We need to increase. We need to start conscription.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
You guys can go ahead and drill.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
Yeah, everybody just drill.
Gotów do wymaszerowania!
I think it will be. I think it'll be a pretty good war, actually. Australia severs ties to Britain. Cool. Yeah, I remember when this wasn't impassable. Like, it was such a pain having to trudge through the center of Australia. China's not doing so well. It's gonna be cool to see what happens. Lithuania rejects German demands. Alright, you know, all the more way that I could just take Lithuania in one gulp. I just attack Germany. I don't know if I've ever seen this. Lithuania rejects German demands. They must think that Germany's really weak. Even if German forces lined up on the border, Lithuania has rejected an ultimatum issued by Berlin for the return of territory of Memel. Memel once belonged to East Prussia, but was annexed by Lithuania following the Treaty of Versailles. It was the integrity of the Treaty of Antanas Smetana. Even Lithuania believes them, yeah. Said it is necessary to protect when the Lithuanian government announces their rejection. International observers now expect that Germany may attempt to take the territory by force. Very brave. Godspeed, Lithuania. They didn't get the memo.
Tak jest! Tak jest!
Maybe it'll be better here. Germany at war again! Although many have wished for a long-lasting peace in Europe, a recent turn of events has left Germany on the path to war once again. Despite clearly violating the Treaty of Versailles, German troops have mobilized and are ready to go on the offense. German officials state that they will no longer keep the Rhineland demilitarized, arguing the need to protect German citizens in the area. Maybe the beginning of another great war. Or maybe an okay war. German Empire Congress? What? Oh. Alright, the German Empire Congress. I've never seen that before. And the Trotskyists joined the German Empire Congress. Oh, please don't join the Comintern. Please don't join the Comintern. Please don't join. You know, if they do... Actually, I don't even know if they're gonna... I mean, Germany's pushing in. Yeah, the Central Powers. Exactly. They didn't want to call it the Central Powers for some reason. Just take it, and it'll be good. It'll all be fine. Everyone will be hunky-dory. Yeah, they are pushing through pretty quickly. Don't join the Comintern. That'll only cause more headaches. There we go. Now go after Latvia. I dare you. Ah, poor Lithuania. Oh, Habsburgs everywhere achievement unlocked. And yeah, a Habsburg alliance. So there we are. The Habsburg Pact. That is cursed. Yeah, we can take Germany. They went through a lot. I think we can take Germany. We can always wait to attack them at any point, though. But, I mean, we've got a lot of dudes. Reclaim West Slavia. Kashubians, Palabians, and Sorbians, too, are West Slavic people, and yet so many of them remain outside of our borders and beyond our influence. If we are to be the protectors of the West Slavic people, we must protect all West Slavic people. This is looking good. That's a very blobby looking Poland, but I like it. So I've been going for 3 hours. This has been fun. I'm really liking this campaign. Too bad we weren't actually able to get into any combat, but it is 2 in the morning, and I do have to be up in the morning. So I'm gonna need to call it here. I'm gonna try and stream this again Saturday afternoon before doing multiplayer, because I really want to do this. Also, really quick though, I took the thing that decreased the cost of land doctrine. Let's go ahead and grab some land doctrine first. Oh, that's a lot cheaper. Oh, that's good. There we go. See, that was definitely worth it. And I'll get this all reorganized. They may. We'll see. I could always declare war on Austria. For them. Maybe I'll have to wait until I already take out Germany. Also, Greece went communist. Look at that guy. His eyes are crossed or something. Spanish Empire. You're not the real king of Spain. Come on. France seems to be going pretty normal. They may just be regular old democratic. UK. Yeah, they're going fascist. Yeah, Japan is slowly beating them. Why do they have so much fascist support? That's weird. Korea's hanging out. China is having a rough time. I'd like to see what this turns into. When, like, Mao is the one that's kind of in charge of China, but they still got the warlords around. And, Trotsky, or fake Trotsky, is just about dead. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will try to be back with this campaign Saturday afternoon, and Saturday evening, I will definitely be doing multiplayer as the Soviet Union. My friend will be playing as Czechoslovakia because apparently the Soviets rarely support communist Czechoslovakia, so you kind of need a player to do it. So, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Until next time, rock over London, rock on Chicago. I'm Cyrock Omega, and have a nice day. Later.